time it is. Another beautiful day in Medellin, Colombia. This is my last day here before heading home for business and family event. I get to see Reese swim this weekend, so I'm excited to see her and the rest of the kids. Anyway, just an update as far as what's going on, or what's been going on the past couple of days. I had my last dance class. I'm going to post that in a second. It's just I just recorded one quick step or pass, whatever they call it. That went well. I finally got TV. It's been 3 weeks. I'm getting ready to leave, and I finally got TV with the help of some of the guys at Sweet Georgia Cafe. I mean, it's a plethora of resources there. This one, I just needed to get a fire stick. I should have brought one with me, but I bought this with the shadows. I bought it from one of the guys there at a discounted price, and then I just needed the service. I did 3 months, and it cost $15 a month. I get over 800 and something channels, so I can take that fire stick wherever I go on the road, and I'm good. I'm straight now. You can even go back and look in time at prior days. What else? Oh, I had dental work done yesterday. A lot of people come here just for that reason, but this one was, I had 3 tiny, what do they call it, pinhole cavities. I was told months ago, but then when my insurance switched, I no longer had dental. Just the cleaning was like $115 if I'm not mistaken. And so instead of doing it at home, I was at least going to do the cleaning here. But of course, I ran into a dentist at Sweet Georgia Cafe. He's a block away. Sharp cat. Really sharp cat. So anyway, he found something else too. I don't know. He said pinhole and a couple of cracks or whatever. He redid that, or he took care of it. I think each tooth was 90 mil. Again, if you remember my other video, just divide by 3 and take a little bit more off. So with that said, it was less than $30 per tooth. He found a fourth something, a crack or something, I don't know, he repaired. And he did all this in 2 hours, and a deep cleaning first. I got all of that done. So 4 teeth worked on, and no, by the way, no Novocaine. I told him I was diabetic, and he's like, you know what, let's hold off on that unless you need it. If you need it, raise your hand. I said, yeah, I'll let you know. So he drilled and did whatever work he did for a couple of hours. No Novocaine, which means I was eating. I walked around the corner of the Sweet Georgia Cafe right afterwards at 8 before rolling out. So I had all that work done for less than $150 US. That's out the door, 2 hours work, 4 teeth, and a cleaning, a deep cleaning. And I'm going to come back. When I come back in a week, I'm going to get some cosmetic work done too. Prices is just too good, and the guy's cool. So if anybody needs a reference of someone down here, a lot of the guys go there too. So I took it as a reference too. I took them from a reference. Let's see, what do I like and dislike about here? I guess the number one thing I like, of course, is the weather. You see the doors open behind me. I'm just sitting inside because I know it's noisy outside. Even though it's only 2 feet away, it's a lot noisier out on the patio. There's a major street below me. I like that. I like the noise. I like the sound. Again, it's like, you know, fire or ocean or whatever, but sometimes alarms go off and fire trucks, and that can get annoying. But it turns out I'm just sleeping right through it now. Almost every morning this alarm goes off, and I just sleep right through it. So number one thing I like here, of course, is the weather. The second thing would be the strength of the dollar. But the strength of the dollar is only specific to a few things, I believe anyway. Number one is your rent, your lodging. That's going to be your least expensive. So if you want to save money on rent, then, or even buying, that's a big chunk of everybody's bills. So I can take at least half my rent off from back there and probably get it a whole lot better. But because I'm temporary, I'm not going to get as good a deal as someone who were to stay here longer and get an apartment, especially in the location that they want to be. I like this area. A lot of the guys are on the other side of town near Sweet Georgia Cafe, Laureles, Medellin, Estadio. I like this one near Poblado. I'm not in Poblado, but I'm, a couple miles away. I'm near a train station. I'm not on any hills. I cross the street and I start climbing the mountain back there where those buildings are, but I don't have to climb any hills unless I'm going to walk to the mall. It is a little incline to get up there. And that's about a 20-minute walk, at a brisk 20-minute walk, at a brisk step. So the top two things I like, again, is weather, the strength of the dollar. As far as strength of the dollar, number one would be rent, lodging. The second one would be transportation. I just looked at my bank account again and I see all my Ubers, $1.98, $1.50, $2.01, $3, $2.01, $1. I must have had 100 Uber rides here, but none where I don't think, there may have been a couple at peak time above $3, $4 maybe. But that's rare. So for the most part, it's like $1 something with a couple little insignificant fees. Well, it adds up. Fees add up. But so, average about $2 something, $2.25, $2 and something. And that's to go across town, or, less than that to get to Poblado, to get to Parquilleras and dance and so on. But so there's your strength of the dollar. Lodging, rental, and then I'd say insurance also. So of course I just had that dental work done. Medical is going to be the same. Again, watch, if you get to see, look up Carlton's Travel Adventures or type that in YouTube. He's a good resource also. He did a couple of interviews with Sura, the health insurance agency. Where am I? I don't know if you can see, but I'm wearing the Colombian shirt. There's a game today. I knew this would come in handy, so I got it the other day. So everybody's walking around with yellow shirts, and they have a blue one also. I think that's away, but I guess they're here today. Strength of the dollar, lodging, transportation, and that includes the metro system also. I have the little Civica card, which I can just get on the train. I can recharge it, get on a train. I think it's 280 something, 2.8 meals, something like that, which is less than 90 cents. Something like 90 cents to go wherever, and that includes the cable cars as well. And then the third again would be the insurance. But from what I can tell from grocery shopping or whatever shopping, just going through Exitos, again, which is like the Walmart, the prices are comparable. Food, a lot of occasions, I know on frozen dinners, not that I'm buying a lot of frozen dinners, but I did try one. And it was nasty, first of all, but second of all, it costs more than something I could get from HEB back home, or Walmart. So, and a lot of the fruits, the rare fruits, those, local fruits and vegetables, those are inexpensive. Or if you're going to eat typical, if you're going to eat the local fare, you can get breakfast for $3, you can get lunch for probably $4. It includes everything, but I don't. If you saw a couple of my videos, you'd see. I don't know if I posted that one of the diaper that they brought to the table the other day. That was just awful. That's the worst thing I've ever had on a plate. I have to show that. Just a brief video. Sorry, arm's getting tired. I got to show that video and a couple other eating videos. It was, of course I didn't eat it. I moved it around and then told them I was full. It was a lot. It was a tamale. I'm used to tamales from Mexico or Texas, I guess. Little thing this big. This thing was, the size of the plate. It just looked like a diaper explosion. It was disgusting. But the good thing, everything happens for a reason. So while I was there, a guy came up and was selling a GoPro. He said 300 mil. I didn't have it first on me anyway. I knew how much I had on me. And 300 mil, so think it's just a little bit less than $200. I said no. He came down to 2. I said no. Well, meanwhile, when he came down to 2, I started checking it out. But really, I didn't need it. I have another camera and I'm using my phone, so I didn't need it. I ended up getting it for 100 mil, which is less than about $30, $31, something like that. So for a $300 camera, I got it for $31. Then I stepped on out. Anyway, if I show that video, I'm gonna show it again just because I'm bringing it up. It was strange. So let's see. You see what I like: the weather, the strong dollar, the people. The people are really nice. You know, you have people everywhere. There's differences everywhere, and you know, there's contrast everywhere. Let's say so. You know, I'm near Poblado, so I'm going to see a different type of people than if I go up on the hill somewhere. You know, it's going to be a little different. And so there are some areas that are challenged. Believe that. But you get what you pay for when you stay in those areas. So, so those are the top 3 things I like here. What I don't like, and this may seem trivial, I mean, traffic is crazy, but I'm not driving, so I don't have to deal with it. But just walking down the street, I haven't had one sidewalk that's smooth. There's like some little ridge thing in the middle. I'll take a video of that. In the middle of almost all the sidewalks. I don't get like the dividing whether or not we need to walk to the right or to the left, because that doesn't make any sense because nobody does it. It's crazy how people just walk down the street and jump in traffic and so on, but no sidewalks are smooth. It's like there's nobody that's doing any work on the sidewalks. I mean, and people just leave stuff. Yesterday I was going to the dentist and I tripped up over some poles. You know, and if I'm looking for, I'm not on my phone all the time, but if I'm looking for directions and I have my mapping up and I'm tripping over stuff that somebody had laying out crossing the sidewalk, you don't expect anybody to have like rebar going across the sidewalk. But nonetheless, it is what it is. But that's my biggest pet peeve from being here. You can't walk down the street without tripping. I haven't fallen yet, but I mean, it's strange. They're not putting any work in. It's like an old Manhattan, you know, where they're not doing any work on it. So you just need to realize there's a hole right there. I mean, there's holes everywhere, you know, like where maybe there's some sort of meter or pipe under the ground, and they'll be cracked open in a hole. I don't know how many people fall in it. I don't know what happens when you fall in it. Do you sue? I'm guessing you can't sue, so I guess people just know don't step in the hole. So don't trip over that thing. You know, don't trip over that log or, you know, get your foot cut off by whatever. It's crazy. But getting ready to head back, so a little nervous to head back and see what I got to deal with there. Back to the Matrix. Like I said, shout out to Lynn, going back and forth with you. It's a beautiful location. Everything's beautiful. I love it. I love where I am. So, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen in a few weeks when I come back, but we shall see. Again, I'm going to show the video of my last little, you know, dance step. You know, I'm getting better, but I'm just remember when I do record those, I'm just practicing, so I'm just learning something new. So that's why I may not look as smooth as I can do it. It's just remembering what am I going to do next. It's the only time that a man gets to be in control between a man and a woman anyway. So you have to decide what you want to do next, and she just follows and looks pretty. But that's going good. I just got some prompt on the, what do you call it, the WhatsApp for the group of the guys at the spot, Sweet Georgia Cafe, that there's some live Afro band tonight, but it didn't start until late. And I have to leave early, so I don't know if I'm going to make it or not. Go out and get a few trinkets for the kids. Anyway, here's a little bit of me dancing. That's it. I don't know if I'm going to record anymore before I go, but maybe I'll do it while I'm gone and then heading back. I don't know how I'm going to feel when I leave here, because I'm telling you, I'm at peace. It is so peaceful here. I don't have the issues as I do in the Matrix. First of all, I'm not driving, so I don't have to stress over that. I mean, I get up and I walk to the other side of the room and I get to work and I'm done at 5, and then, you know, if I'm dancing, I have to rush off. Otherwise, I just, you know, end at my leisure. But now I have TV. I mean, there's so much more to learn about this city and this country. I'm just in the process. But I would encourage anybody to come, at least check it out. Use me as a resource, and I can direct you to some places where you can go and get other resources too, especially when it comes to visas and things like that. So anyway, thanks again for watching, and I'll record something again soon. Bye.